All right, here we are, Impact and Influence Radio, right here on iHeart. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Blinds of Sacramento, Sacramento's complete solution window covering experts. Give them a call, 916-237-8657, 916-237-8657, or visit blindsofsacramento.com. So today we've got a celebrity in the house. I Googled you. And still can't pronounce your name. I'm very sorry. But
give it a try.
But I did look you up, and you are in a lot of very cool places. You've done some really cool stuff. So we're going to be learning about Zurlia Servellon. How bad was that?
It was pretty bad. Come on, Quinn.
All right.
Give it another try.
Zurlia Servellon.
Yeah, it's better. Zurlia Servellon.
Servellon.
Yeah.
It sounds like almost like wine.
It is like, yeah.
It sounds like a
Sauvignon.
wine. Yeah. All right. So, and I do apologize for completely hacking the name, but you know what's cool about radio is when we do make mistakes, it becomes memorable. And so there's a funny story I've told before. We had this guy on early on, Frank's early days, 10 years ago, 12 years ago on one of the radio shows. And it was a realtor. And he wanted to say, what he was trying to say was, it's not about the money, it's about the client. But what he said was, we already know that it's not about the client, it's about the money. Oh my God, that's not what I wanted to say. And the point is that if we had cut that, it wouldn't have been memorable. It wouldn't have been genuine.
Yes.
And that's, that's part of, radio. That's what's nice about it.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I completely hacked your name, but you'll say it next time and you'll get it right. Let me ask you this though. When your parents named you, did it take you a long time to figure out how to say your name and do all that stuff?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I have a middle name. I used to go by my middle name a lot, and then I figure out that my name being unique was, I pro in my life. So I just let people know.
Did you meet Remy at that event that we met you at?
No.
She was the one sitting next to me. I think her name is Maremini or something along those lines. But I call her Remy because I same thing. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I've never met anyone with my name either. So I
asked her. I was like, "So where'd you get your name?" She goes, "My parents made it up." I'm like, "Well, that's okay, cool." My name is Robert, and I'm a third. All right, so we're going to be learning about your company, Forista Capital, and what you guys do. So let's really dig deep. Talk to me about your company. What is this? Where did it come from? Like, what do you do?
Ooh, long story. I've been in business for pretty much my entire life. I went to university and I did the whole, path of going to school and graduating, getting a master's degree and everything. But I always wanted to do more. So I've been in business for a long time, but Forista was born more of like a bigger vision of actually helping humanity in a different way, because I do prioritize relationships with people a lot. And I think that's what set us out to be here now, out caring for people and for human nature and for Mother Nature. The plants, the animals, everything. So with Forista, what we're trying to do is allocate wealth into projects that are making a difference and helping the planet. So right now, focus on green infrastructure projects and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's most just, for me, it's nurturing relationships, because that's what it implies more. Creating trust and relationships with people and putting the money.
People don't understand that that's the most important part of business.
Yes.
It really is. I tell people all the time, nobody cares what you do for a living. All they care about is if you're a good person and they want to know your story and they want to be associated with you. And then if they need what you've got, then they'll use what you've got. But it starts with that relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people also create businesses just because their neighbors created something, or
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
But they're not
Yes.
quite aligned. But
Yes.
for me, it's more about knowing who you are and then creating value in the world based on that. Because business in itself,
You're speaking my
it's
language.
objective. Business in itself is just a game, right? Of supply and demand. It's a data game of just, putting statistics in the right place. So quote unquote anyone could actually do business, but that's not the reality of business. Business, I believe, it's a journey of getting to know yourself, and it's a mirror. And for me personally, business is the most spiritual path and spiritual journey that I've been on, because it has allowed me to look at my blind spots, to look at where are my limiting beliefs at, where are my priorities, where are my fears, where is my creativity, where is my art, where is my heart at, where
She's speaking my language,
Really,
isn't
no.
she?
A lot of people start businesses to make money.
Yes.
Okay, without really having a passion. They just have one goal in mind: to make money and to move on. And they don't have that. What's that word? That I want to do this because it's the right thing to do.
Yes.
It helps people. It's my passion. It's my why. I'm doing this for a reason other than money.
And they also don't really know their strengths or their weakness or none of that stuff. They just think that by following cheap strategies or tactics, they can make it work, but then they end up miserable because there's not aligned with their actual true calling.
I tell people all the time, I said, if I can keep doing what I'm doing, and I've been homeless twice doing what I do, right? Business failures. I started this business 30 years ago this year. So when you think, okay, well, what are the ups and downs that I have? I mean, I've had nothing. I've been homeless, literally living in my car or on a buddy's floor or whatever. And so the movies, the music, the books, the magazine, all the stuff that we've done, the radio shows, those are all, it's all spiritual. It's all art. It's all passion. It's heart. And just like what you're saying, and let me tell you, there's a lot of moments where there is no money at all.
Yes, I've been there.
But you have to keep going. And it is, it's something much bigger than me.
Right. I used to work in several corporate structures, and it was always the bottom line. When you talked about people, or we were letting go 20% of the workforce, it was like a big nothing. It didn't make sense to me, which is why I left that environment at one point. And then started doing things for myself. And what you're doing is exactly that. People get their degrees, they go to college, they get masters, and they follow this structure, which is not what human nature is.
Yeah.
It's not a structure.
And I honestly believe, and this is what my business partner and I, it's like our philosophy. It's not about doing more. It's about being more, to holding the capacity, becoming the person that is able to hold the capacity to actually provide value in the world and receive compensation for the value that you are creating. But in order to hold that,
It's
you
so
have
funny.
to become that.
I just did a video. I just released it on social media. Was it yesterday or the day before? Talking about if you want to be valuable, then you be valuable.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you want to grow wealth, then you have to be valuable to other people. That's all it is.
Yeah.
All right. So your passion, what got you into this? You didn't just one day say, "Okay, I want to do this."
Actually, yes.
You did. Okay.
Yes. Okay, like I said, I've been in business for a long time. I used to run a PR agency, to be honest.
Okay.
And it was quite successful in numbers. When it comes to numbers, it was really good. But I wasn't happy. I wasn't aligned with it. I thought it was all just for, I was doing it at the time for ego purposes or
Oh,
out
boy.
out of survival.
I've done that.
Out of okay, I grew up really poor, and how do I get out of poverty? Kind
And the
of thing.
moment that you start making money and you start to become successful after having been nowhere and having
Yes.
nothing, it goes right to your head.
Yes, it
And then
does.
there's this moment, and then there's a moment you just wake up one day and you go, "That's not why I'm doing this."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I had a journey, right? I think every successful story starts with, the journey of losing everything and then finding yourself and then realizing that it's not all about money and it's not about titles, and it's not like there has to be, like, for something to be sustainable long term, there has to be more of a calling or a vision
Yep.
or a passion in itself. And like I said, I've always really prioritized relationships and connections. I care so much. I put so much attention into creating a good relationship more now than I am about the money. And I think one day I just woke up and it kind of made sense to do what I do now. But it comes also from realizing that Mother Earth does need us right now as a collective, and the more we care, that's the legacy that I want to leave, because there's a lot of children being born, but if we don't do something, they're not going to have a home soon enough, because everything is changing. Everything is changing in the world. And I think that if we don't do anything, to me, it was kind of like, okay, if I don't do it, who else will? And how do I actually, because I don't have an engineering degree or anything like that. I don't understand a lot of stuff, but like, how can I provide value knowing what I know? And
That's why I do what I do.
Yeah,
I give knowledge. Right. And I help small business owners. I help entrepreneurs. I help get the voice out. God gave me talents.
And thank you for doing that.
Well, no, but God gave me talents, and I can sit back and I can look at it as I can either throw the talents away and do nothing with my life, or I can use the talents that God gave me and leave something for the people that are here when I'm gone.
Yeah, exactly. And we all have something to provide. We
Every
all
one
have
of us.
something, all of us. It's just kind of finding that.
Unfortunately, many people never find it, and that's a problem. And they just don't know why they do what they do, but they just continue. They're in the rat race, I guess is the word.
Frank was Frank's goal in life was to be a mob boss in movies.
Really, Frank, you look like one.
He plays mob boss in our films.
In the films,
Really?
I play a mob boss.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, I'm a New Yorker. Italian New Yorker. What am I going to tell you?
It's so funny. So here's a little funny story. So Frank, how old were you when your sister gave you the name Franco Bellavia? How old were you?
Oh, my God. I was probably about 25, 30.
Okay. So Frank, you were singing in a band or something, right?
Yes.
So he was singing in a band. So this would be like 45 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay. And his sister said, someday you're going to grow up and your stage name is going to be Franco Bellavia. And so when we were putting the first movie together, first of all, we didn't know what we had when we did the first movie. We had no clue. But we were just, a couple of kids just having fun and, see what happens. COVID, it was during COVID. We couldn't do the radio shows. We couldn't run our businesses. But we could be outside and we could shoot stuff. So we were shooting our movie. So I go to Frank and I said, what do you want your name to be? And he goes, Franco Bellavia. So that's literally what we named him in the movie. Yeah. And so his sister, 45, 50 years ago gives him that name, and he's that's the name in the movie. And I mean, it's on everything. It's on IMDb. It's on Amazon Prime.
So it's not your real name.
No, Franco Bellavia is not my real name.
Frank, this whole time I thought it was your real name.
Frank Verney.
Verney is my name.
Yeah.
And is your sister older or younger?
My sister's passed away.
But she was older or younger?
She was younger.
Oh,
she was my younger sister. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she passed away from cancer 20 plus years ago.
Oh, wow.
And so what I think is so beautiful about that story is, again, God gave me talents, right? And so, and for me, it's never been about the money. I mean, I guess it was when I was 15, but, it's really never been about the money. And, Frank and I crossed paths on the radio show over 10 years ago. And then 5 years ago, I can't believe it's already been 5 years. Can you imagine that? 2021, we shot that. Can you believe that? But
That's crazy.
yeah, that's wild to think it's been 5 years already. But, you know, five years ago, Frank and we start putting the pieces together for the movie and, you know, creating, this is what we're talking about the passion, right? His sister comes up with this name and then he's using it in the movie, and that movie is opening up opportunities for young actors because we give them their opportunities. It helps everything else. You know, a lot of the businesses, a lot of the actors we have in the movie are business owners. They're our clients, and we give them access to come in and act in the movie, and then they can use it for their marketing or whatever, and it keeps them top of mind. But that's the whole point. Is all of us. You know, it is the money. Yes, it's all it is. It's just the relationship.
And the money, it's like let's slow down because money. We should respect money.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's an energy, right? And here on Earth, we do need money to pay bills and to have a good life, eat and stuff like that. And I think the most spiritual thing to do that you can do in life is that, like, create money so you can create more opportunities for people in the community and everyone you care about. So money is important. We'll give money. It's important, but I don't think it's the most important thing.
Definitely not the most important.
No. I think it is important though, but it's about finding a balance, right? And
well, the money's got to do the right stuff.
Yes,
you're helping
exactly.
facilitate relationships to find money to help fund projects that are for the better good of our planet. I mean, in a nutshell.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's good use of money. You know, again, a lot of people get money and they buy mansions and they buy cars and they're really unhappy.
And
they're not happy.
Exactly. That's why I think that most people have this misconception about money, like money is evil and all of these things. That's what keeps people trapped because money is just an extension of character.
Yes.
When you have money like that, it shows your character, what are your priorities and how are you going to use it for it to not poison your soul, but to actually expand your soul's calling and your purpose in the world.
That is deep. So I saw that you've written a couple of books.
Yes.
Have you written this into your books?
No, but the next one that is coming up, yes, it's much more spiritual because the ones that I wrote before were more. I was younger, right, and they were more scientific based because I do have a degree in psychology. But this new one that I am writing and that I want to publish soon, it's more about my own journey and the lessons that I've learned through life itself. And there are things that, you know, science books cannot teach you, and life teaches you.
Yep. I've written a lot of books, a lot of business books, and it just comes from experience. And making those business decisions is pure intuition. The only way to make those decisions is to have experienced things.
Intuition,
you can't teach that stuff. You can't teach it.
It all comes down to your own growth internally.
In what you define. See, a lot of people, you know, some guy told me this week that I was the most unsuccessful person he'd ever seen in his life. And then, of course, I'm thinking about it like, that's mean. But I'm looking at it like, what's your definition of success?
Exactly.
You know, I don't need to wear a $500 pair of shoes and drive a Lamborghini everywhere. I'm past that point in my life where I even look at that stuff like, oh, you know, that's aspirational, right? So for me, it's like, you know, I'm helping people for a living, and God gives me just enough to do what I need to do to survive, and I'm good with that.
Yeah. What is success to you, Quinn?
Doing exactly what I'm doing. Waking up every morning, and my wife brings me breakfast in bed every single day, and I get to pet my dog, and then I flip open my laptop and I check emails, and then you know, answer whatever I need to answer, and then start to get ready for work, and then come here and record, and then go home and answer whatever I need to answer, and then take a nap. And I mean, and that's a freaking great life.
Yeah. Do you have fun doing that?
I love it.
Yeah,
I get to play for a living.
There you go, because that's another thing, right? I have traveled to over 40 countries now, and I've lived
Wow.
in a lot of places, and I've had the opportunity to live among really quote unquote successful people that are, you know, multimillionaires, billionaires, really you know, well off. And I've also had the opportunity to live among the Amazon tribes, the indigenous communities that have absolutely nothing. And I mean, I've seen both worlds, and I can tell you, yeah, if you're not having fun, you're not living. And a lot of these people, they are born into wealth, but they're not, you know, what I will define as success myself. There are many that are happy, and they use their money to, you know, contribute into humanity and everything. But I think some of the most happy people that I met are those that are living among nature and connected to nature at all times and connected to their spirituality.
You should meet our client Justin Leach.
Yes.
That's all he does. He's a mountain climber, and every month he does. What does Justin do? Now that I think about
He's
it,
like a coach type.
yeah, some consultant. Yeah, but every month his article that he writes in Impact and Influence magazine has to deal with nature and applying. Like this last one that he just sent me over, he's talking about how he was climbing a mountain at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, climbing a mountain at 1 o'clock in the morning, like, I'm getting ready for bed.
Why would you do that?
I know, right? Like, what are you doing? You know? So, you know, yeah. And you talk to him, and he's just, I mean, his entire phone is just full of pictures with him with mountains and trees. He's just crazy.
Because he loves the outdoors. He gets to be with nature. He gets to
That's his
understand.
thing.
He sees the sky. He just feels very comfortable in that environment, and it opens up his eyes to another piece of who we are and where we live.
That's so beyond me.
And
It's so beyond me.
Well, I would never climb a mountain, so that's another story. But I understand why he does what he does.
Oh, yeah,
It makes
absolutely.
sense
I
to
get
me.
it, because I've done it myself as well. And
You climbed a mountain?
Yeah, I've climbed mountains.
She's like, oh, yeah, I did Mount
I did
Everest.
that. I did it. Yeah, no problem.
But I get it, though. Nature is the closest, you know, thing that I've come to God in itself, or the creator of everything. But you know, that's another topic.
another discussion.
That's another discussion.
So, talk to me. What type of clients are you looking for, or relationships are you looking for?
Yeah, I don't really call them clients, but yeah, mostly it's infrastructure projects that are, you know, in the green. Like I said, green infrastructure projects at the moment that are looking for investment opportunities.
Okay.
We work with those type of people.
Do they find you, or do you go looking for them, or how does that all work?
It's word of mouth or LinkedIn, and sometimes I get emails and
then how much funding are we talking about? Are we talking about $20,000? Are we talking about $20 million?
no, we're talking $100 million
Okay.
plus. Yeah.
Big money for big projects.
Yes.
Okay, so really major infrastructure, green infrastructure.
Yes.
Windmills, solar farms, those types of things.
Yeah, that'll be ideal.
Yeah, cleaning up water. Okay.
So when you're going to these networking events, kind of what is your goal? Just connecting with people, seeing what's out there?
Yeah, just meeting people. I love creating communities everywhere I go and connecting people together. I don't seek out to, you know, I don't go to these events just trying to seek out anything. It's more like, okay, who can I meet today, and what kind of value can I bring into this person's lives? And sometimes people will tell me that they're working on something, and then I'm like, I think about someone who's also working on something, and I love to connect people, but actually really meet people, not what they do, but who they are. It's more my priority.
That's
Who
a little
are
bit.
you? And
It's a little bit of what we do.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
you know, when we go to the events, we meet people like you
Mm-hmm.
who show value. They come on the radio. If someone comes in tomorrow, like we just talked about Justin, you know, in conversation, we create this community of people that are, I guess, all headed in the right direction.
Yes.
They're not necessarily, they all have a passion that makes sense, and they know what they're doing, but they don't do it for the wrong reasons. And that's the community we are trying to create. And, you know, having the radio show, having the magazine, and being able to attach these people together, meeting people like you, you know, coming on here and sharing your experience is fabulous. I mean, I mean, I was when I was talking to you, I was going, oh my God, you know, this is a person that we should know.
Yes,
And,
thank you.
and that's why we invited you to the.
Yeah,
to
no,
this.
it's wonderful.
Thank you.
Absolutely
and I think,
wonderful.
I think here in the U.S. it's very important to do that because, like I said, I've traveled to other countries where everyone is community driven, and here it's more individualistic, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be about competing, but collaborating.
That's it.
And helping each other out as a community, because it does takes a village to do everything.
Yeah.
So what brings you to Sacramento?
My mom lives here. My entire family lives here.
Okay.
And I come here once or twice a year, and I spend a month or two, and then I go again. Yeah.
And then where are you at usually?
It depends. I was this 2025. I spent a lot of time in Europe and Asia, and then I came here, and then I'll see where.
So do you travel just to meet people, or to go to see some of the projects that you're talking about, or
Everything. I travel to grow as a person in all areas of life, and then things just work out. When you're having fun, things work out, and when you're aligned with what you're supposed to be doing, and you trust your intuition and trust your knowing, everything falls into place.
That's
Very, very interesting.
That's fabulous.
All right. FlorestaCapital.com. FLORESTA. Is that right? Capital with an A. CAPATAL.com. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
No, just have fun.
Just have fun.
Just have fun.
That's all we're doing is having fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what life is, though. That's why we do this.
It's been fabulous meeting you, and I'm very impressed in what you do.
Likewise,
And,
guys. Thank you so much for
I'm
inviting me.
I'm sure you will make an impact on this earth.
It's really interesting to see where your career goes. And one of these days, you know, we're going to open a book or something, and you're going to be there and be like, I know her.
I know her.
We had, do you watch any television at all? Movies?
Sometimes, yeah.
We were sitting here one day, and we get this call. This lady calls. She goes, I'm coming from LA. I'm passing right through. I'd love to come on the show. I'm like, well, okay, whatever. I mean, we were walking out the door, but sure. So she comes in, and we have no idea who this lady is. And she sits down, and she's got her camera and her ring light, and she's doing her whole thing, and like just super LA. So, you know, I grab on my computer and I type her name, and she was in the
Numerous movies.
Yeah, but she was in the dance. What was the cheerleader dance movie?
I don't know.
Oh gosh, I don't remember now that I think about it. But she was in, you know, she's her name was Vanessa Bourne. Like she was like legit. She'd been in a ton of big stuff. Yeah, it's just super funny. It's kind of cool working with you people, and you know, you're doing your thing, we're doing our thing, and we run into each other and bump. You know, it's just life.
Yeah, and she was. I mean, she's been in lots of movies. She
We're all
wasn't
co-creating.
She wasn't the star, but she was like
She was the star.
in one movie.
She was the star in a lot of stuff. She was in People magazine and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, I mean, she was like when I went home and looked her up deeper, I went, holy smokes, like she was legitimate, dude. Kind of cool.
that was kind of cool. But
Yeah.
anyhow,
She had way more energy than I had ever had in my life.
yeah, she was all over. She
Oh
was
yeah, just so much energy. It was crazy.
a very nice lady,
Yeah.
very nice
Totally
lady.
cool though. Totally cool.
but
Yeah.
very very LA.
Yes, so LA. Yeah, it was hilarious. The big hair, the whole thing. Yeah, it was awesome. It was super cool. Hey, thank you so much for being here. Can you pronounce your name again for me?
It's Zurlia Servellon.
There you go. Because, Zurlia Servellon.
Yes, Zurlia Servellon.
You know, my wife's Russian, so the Russian community, you know, they're trying to teach me Russian and stuff. And there's only one phrase that I can say with the correct accent, and it's "Я прошу прощения," which is "please forgive me." It's the only one that I can say. So, all right, thank you guys so much for listening, and thank you so much for being here. And Frank, thanks for, of course, scheduling this one.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.